What's up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us once again for our Micro Mini Lightning Newscast, where we bring you news you can use. And as always, I'm joined by my friend and fellow newscaster.
This is Eric.
And Eric, it's been a while since we've brought the news to the people. We've kind of did a couple long-form ones, but when was the last time we did the 10-minute challenge?
The 10-minute news challenge. I don't know. I would have to say at least 4 or 5 weeks ago. I think I put the news intro on one of the recent ones.
Okay.
Because it was kind of news-ish and I wanted to use it.
It was kind of newsy.
Newsy is kind of a
like
newsy
that
episode.
Great movie of yesteryear.
Clue.
The Newsies.
I'd never heard of that movie.
It was a long time ago. I think it's a musical. I never saw it.
Okay. Well, you're far more cultured than I.
That's obvious. You can tell it by the tone in my voice. So, all right, Eric. Well, as always, we have a theme. What is our theme for the day, sir?
Our theme, we're doing, I think, animals. Not just the cuddly folk, but the ones that swim and the ones that
fly.
I don't know what we're doing.
I don't know. No, there isn't.
There's no flying ones.
It's a lot of swimmers this week.
Yeah, swimming.
But as always, we have 10 minutes, and it's good to have our guest back in the studio with us. You know who I'm talking about. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu, you just stay over there. But we're going to put 10 minutes on the guest star, Death Star. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Eric, I believe you have a story about a fallen mayor.
Well, I just want to say, sitting right next door to us is your man's best friend, Pond, is sitting here.
Pond is really his own best friend.
He really is his own best friend. I talked to him earlier. I told him I was going to tell him this story. One of his heroes passed away.
Oh.
The former dog mayor
Benji?
Dog mayor of Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, is now resting in the great wide open farm up in the sky.
Oh. Well, we all mourn with Rabbitash, Kentucky for the loss of their mayor.
Lucy Lou, a border collie that served the small Kentucky community for 8 years.
I can only assume that that's named after that actress, Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda, yes, that sounds
okay.
very familiar. So Lucy Lou she died at the taken too early, at 12 years old, 12 human years.
Man, that's way too young.
That's too young. Too young.
How long was she mayor of this town?
8 years.
8 years.
That would be, in the old dog years, 56 years.
For 56 years, this was she assassinated? That's the first thing we need to bring to light here. Was this of natural causes, or are we expecting foul play to be brought into this?
I didn't want to get into this, but since you brought it up, now she stepped down as mayor in 2016. There were rumors that she was going to run again in the next election cycle for dog mayor. Well, actually, it's just mayor, because I think a human can be a mayor, too.
Was there a scandal?
Well, the current mayor...
What caused her to step down in 2016?
She felt she had done all she needed to do.
Oh, okay.
Lucy Lou was the first female dog mayor for this community, so very progressive. And she felt that she had done and completed what she had set out to do, and had handed the reins over to a pit bull named Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, once again, named after that great actress.
A famous actress. You know the one.
Wow, yes. So, I can only assume that that's Mr. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise,
named after.
Named after Tom Cruise. The next election, the Pitbull got it. Now, there were stirrings in the community that Lucy Lou was not happy the direction Rabbit Hash, Kentucky was going in. And lo and behold, she winds up 4 paws up.
Ooh, that Eric, this is a great travesty, but we're bringing some things into light here. I I'm hearing foul play. Now, I remember Lucy Liu's platform she ran on saying a kibble in every pot and a toy in every garage.
Yeah. I remember that.
Did she make that happen?
Well, I don't know. The metrics never really followed through with that. That's a hard thing to measure. There's that community is very transient.
Gotcha.
And it's hard to really calculate that kind of impact on the community as a whole.
Well, the community's gender aside, I just hate to hear that. I mean, I hate to hear that a dog would move on in that way. But Eric, I got something else for us today. Another story that science is doing a lot of good work these days.
Oh yeah.
And recently they have been checking out many different things on Man's Best Friend causing some issues over there, buddy.
Yeah, I just had Pon gave me a gift.
He did. He's the gift giver of this household.
Yeah.
But my friend, they have been studying the genetic link between humans and between octopi.
That's an interesting. We don't look nothing like them. Our eyes are similar, right? Is that the one that has like one? No, is that octopus? Yeah, it has an eye.
Yeah, it has eyes.
So, and it has the largest eye of any creature, if I remember right. So that's interesting. Are they like dissecting the eyes, and are they? In what mechanism are they using? Like, they're doing DNA, they're looking at DNA, obviously, and looking at the different mechanisms within DNA and how...
You bring up some very good ideas.
Uh-huh.
No, their study went a kind of a different way. Let me read this to you.
Yeah.
This is from Gul Dolan, MD and PhD, from this nice man. But he said this. He said, the brains of octopuses are more similar to those of snails than humans, but our studies add to evidence that they can exhibit some of the same behaviors that we can.
Well, that's interesting. So, like emotional traits, personality traits.
No. What their study suggests is that certain brain chemicals or neurotransmitters that send signals between neurons required for those social behaviors are evolutionarily conserved. So basically, what they're studying is that octopuses have some of the same,
Like responses?
Okay. And that sort of thing that humans do.
Oh, they're probing and taking measurements and seeing how the brain works in the octopus.
Right.
Interesting.
But they came up with a kind of an interesting way to do that. They gave the octopuses ecstasy.
Ecstasy?
Yes, the drug.
Wow, that's
science.
That's science.
That's science for you. Yeah. What they found, Eric, is quite fascinating. Is that the octopuses they all tried to go. So basically, what they did is they gave 5 female octopi. They gave ecstasy to.
Okay, gave them some. We'll just call it X.
And so they all tried to get into. They put them in this large tank, and they put one male behind this cage. Well, they all tried to get through the cage to the male and tried to touch it, which they say is fascinating because that's the same thing that humans on ecstasy do. They get a little touchy-feely.
I'm not familiar. Can you describe what happens when someone's on X?
Well, apparently they try to... They get a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little handsy.
Oh, handsy. Okay.
They try to feel each other up, and that's according to Mr. Gold Dolan,
a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor, PhD, MD. He said this is fascinating because this is what the octopuses are doing is the same thing that humans do, and they try to kind of feel each other up.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Science.
Well, it is. That's science, and it's proving that we're not so different from octopuses.
I guess not. I mean, when talk about being handsy,
When you get right down to it,
we're nearly the same.
we're everybody's the same on drugs.
Yeah.
If you give an animal drugs, they're gonna have some of the same reactions that humans will.
Well, that's wonderful.
That's right. That's why I say everyone needs to get high.
It's like ecstasy in everyone's pot,
Right.
And a hand up everyone's shirt.
That's right. And that's what the octopuses are bringing to the table as they run for governor.
That was a run for governor.
So, no, seriously, stay off drugs. All right,
don't do drugs.
Moving on, we have an epidemic going on in Maine, my friend. Bringing it a little bit closer to home, we have mutant green crabs that are coming up the shore of Maine, and they are attacking people. These things are mean. They measure about 5 inches long, and they are coming at people. Instead of rushing away like other crabs do, man, they are coming at people with their pincers ready, and they are wanting to take things off people.
Now, I don't want to alarm anyone, but what else is over by Maine? That's right, Canada.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
This is an attempt from Canada to infiltrate Maine. They have trained these crabs, which they had bred to be green so they could notice them, because Canadians are trying to do their logic well. Their colors are red and whatever. Who knows? I know red's one of them. It's Canada. Who knows? We all know it's the maple leaf that's kind of red.
I was only assuming that this was some kind of like. Well, that's the end. I was gonna say we ran out of time. Eric,
you're defeated. Look, well, that's the end.
That's the end. That's all. I gotta listen to the Death Star, my friend.
Now that's been a long time coming.
It has. So, Eric, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us all over the internet.
Not in Canada.
Not in Canada. Ever in Canada. Except for
right.
the streaming services that
that's
are
true.
in
You can listen
Canada
to us.
also.
Yeah, you know.
Or
what?
Facebook in Canada. YouTube in Canada.
Hey, Canada.
Yeah, I guess we're in Canada too.
Yeah.
So we're on iTunes and every Android podcasting app that you can think of. Google Podcast. Along with that, you can find us on Twitter at Pull Up a Chair Pod. You can find us on Facebook, like we already said, and YouTube. Just search for Pull Up a Chair Podcast, and that is us. Feel free to contact us there, and we'll get back to you, hopefully, if the Canadians hadn't gotten to us.
Yes, because they are trying to send their mutant crabs after us, but you know what? We're not gonna let them do that, Eric. We're gonna go out on our own terms and say, you know what? Have a great day.
Bye.